Hi guys, in this lecture we are going to create how to create multiple build flavor or schema in React Native iOS. So for Android we have already completed. For those who have not watched that video, you can just refer to that video. I'm giving the video link in the description. Now in this lecture what we are going to do, how to create build flavors in React Native iOS. For that one, what I am going to do, I am going to create a project. Then I am going to create build for production, staging and development. Right now in this terminal here you can see I have already created one project. Those who don't know how to create a React Native project, you can check out my previous videos. I'm going to create the project using the command React Native init shopping. Okay, here you can see project is built. Now what I am going to do, inside this one I'm just install my pod. Okay, so it will install our pod install and it will install all our dependency whatever we need for running React Native iOS project. Then what we have to do, we can open the Xcode workspace. Now the main thing what we are going to do, we are going to create a production build, a staging build, then a development build. Okay, now we can just wait the pod installation to be completed. So meanwhile we can just write down the step whatever we are going to do. We are going to create different target first. Then second thing is going to create different schema. Then connecting target and schema. Then make sure our pod installation is working perfectly. Then what we can do, we can just make different name for different flavor. And then also we can just make different icons for different flavor. Right, at the end we are going to create multiple Google-Service.info.plist for a different Firebase configured different multiple, or we can just say multiple configuration for Firebase. Okay, so this step we are going to follow for creating this production and staging and development. Now if I check, yes, our pod installation completed. What we can do, just open the workspace. Here you can see our workspace. Okay, now just open the workspace. So this is opening our Xcode. Yes, here you can see our project is running. We have just created using the command npx react native init shopping. Right, here you can see the project running on simulator. What I have done, just build the application using this button. Right, so here you can see the project is running, and also we can just open the code in VS Code. You can just open the code. Here is my VS Code. You can just remove whatever is already there. So I'm just going to remove the old folder. Just import the folder which we have just created. Here is the shopping. Here. Now if I just go to the app.js, we can just remove this header section, right? Or we can just remove this text. Let's see if it's reflecting. Now if I just refresh, here you can see edit changes coming perfectly, right? We can just remove this section if we want. Yes, so this is the project is running perfectly. Now what I am going to do, I am going to create different target first. Okay, so for that one, what I am going to do here, it is that select the project. Inside here you can see target section, right? Here this one I am going to delete because we are not going to use test project, so we can just delete this for now. And the next thing is what I am going to do, I am just going to duplicate this one. Okay, here we will treat shopping as the production one, right? Here you can see the package is exactly the what we need. Here you can see example dot shopping. We don't have any extension dot dev dot stage, right? So we can just treat this as production. Now what I'm going to create, I'm going to create development one. We can just have dev. And one more thing also I'm going to create. Before that one, we can just rename this into dev. Fine, so we have created a dev. Now what we can do, also we can just create one more schema, shopping dot staging, right? So we can just duplicate it once more, click on the shopping. So this one we can just create as shopping dot stage. Okay, now what I need, so we can just rename this as well, stage. Okay, now inside shopping, go to the shopping, check the bill settings. Here you can see the package. Just check, search for package. Here the info.plist is shopping.info.plist. So we don't have any problem here. Go to the shopping. This is the info.plist, right? Now go to the shopping dev one. Here you can see this one is copy, right? We have just changed it to dev one, right? So what you have to do, just change this into dev. Okay, so this will be dev info.plist. So this target will take this info.plist. Same thing we can do for staging as well, right? So we can just go here, click stage, right? Now what we can do, we can just create different schema, right? If you just click here, you can see the schema is cluttered, it is not created properly, right? Now go to the product, schema, manage schema, right? Now what we can do, we can just remove all the selection first. Then what we have to do, just click this one, the selected one, just click this one and just delete the schema created by React Native. Okay, so we don't have a schema for staging, we have only schema existing for the production one, right? This one, so we can just have this one. Now the next thing is we need to create schema for product development and staging, right? So we can just click on the plus button. So here you can see the target is shopping.dev and the name is shopping.dev, right? Just click OK button. Here it will create the schema for shopping dev target. Okay, now the same thing for staging as well. Here you can see create another schema for shopping stage target. Here you can see three schema is created and we have selected that one, right? Now just close this one. Here if you just click right now, you can see different schema is created, different target is created, right? Now what we need to do, we need to make sure that each target is pointing to the each respective schema, right? For that one, what you have to do, go to the schema, click on manage schema or edit schema, right? Just click on edit schema. Now this is the schema shopping, right? It targeting to shopping. This is correct, right? Now we can just disable this one. We don't want testing one, right? So shopping, so we can just delete this one. Shopping schema is targeting shopping, right? So it is for it is okay. Now the next thing is we can just go to the shopping dev. If I just click schema and edit schema, here you can see shopping dev is targeting to shopping dev. This is working perfectly, right? So also make sure that analyze, test, run, profile and archive is tick marked. Okay, it is selected. Now the next thing is we need to verify the last one, staging one, right? So just click on this one and edit schema. Here you can see stopping stage is targeting to stopping stage. This is okay, and we have selected all the 4 or 5 selection, right? We have selected this one. We should select all these actions and we can just close. So what we have done is we have just created shopping and we have just created a shopping target and just shopping schema, shopping dev target and shopping dev schema, shopping stage target, shopping stage schema. So we have just connected this target with the schema. Now what the next thing we can do, we can build each one. So just firstly I'm going to build the shopping schema. Just click the plus button, replace. So there will be no more changes because it's already built, so we can just wait to build to be completed. Yes, shopping is completed. Now what we need to create dev schema. So we can just select dev schema here and the Click the plus button. Now here you can see dev build is created. So keeping the production one, it is not overriding the production one, right? Now the next thing is we can just create staging one. Create the staging one. Yes. So it's created the third build, right? So even though we don't have different name, it created three build which we need, right? We need production build, we need dev build, we need staging build. Okay. So we have completed the initial step setup for different schema. Now we can just check out the next setup. Now we have created three target and three schema. We have connected target to schema, right? We have created three build. The next thing is we need different env file for different build, right? So for that one, what I am going to do, I'm going to use the library React Native config. Go to the library. Here I'm going to install that library. Just go to the root folder and add yarn add React Native config. So this will install our library for creating env files, right? So this we can just wait for a moment, and then if we just go to the CI here and type code install. So this giving me some errors, right? Here unable to find the target name shopping test, right? And in shopping.project we have only find this target, right? So we have to change our code file. So for that one, what I am going to do, go to the iOS folder, inside code file. So shopping test we are already removed, right? So before going to delete this one, what we can do, we can just paste into here. Now what we have to do, just copy this one shopping.dev, which is our development target. We can just have shopping.dev target and then shopping stage target, right? So we can just add this one. So we don't have the shopping test target, so we have already deleted, right? If you just check out your target here, you can see there is no shopping test target. Now what the next thing is, we can save the file and install the pod. So pod install. So this will create this will install all our code for different targets. So we don't have separate code for different target. We have only one target. So what we have done, we have just code installed. Now the next thing is what we can do. So we have completed our code installation. We can just build the application once more so that we can just make sure that it does not break anything. Yes, we are going to create the build production. So it is creating the build file. Now meanwhile we can just create our env file. For that one, go to the root project. Here I am going to create .env file. So this will be our temporary file for copying all the env, right? Now the next thing is we need .env.prod. This will be production one. Here what we can do, we can declare one variable env is equal to prod. Now the next thing is we need staging one, right? So we can just create env dot stage, and what we can do, we can just copy this one to here. So here env will be stage. Fine. Now the next thing is we need development one, right? We can just have e.en.dev. Now we can just copy this to here. Dev. For development purpose, what we are going to do, just adding dev env to our .env file. So here you can see the project is built successfully, the staging build is successfully, right? Now the next thing is what I'm going to do, I am going to add app.js file here. Just remove all the unwanted code. We can just remove all this code, right? We only need one view here, view style flex equal to 1, align item sender, justify content sender. Now what we can do, we can just make this as a view here, remove all other styling, whatever the code is created by React Native. So we can just remove all this one. We can just make app only here. Now what we need, we can just have a text here, right? We can just verify the text is working perfectly. We can just go here and reload the project once more using the debugger menu. Yes, actually I can print here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some more style for text. Font size 14, color will be black by default. Then just have, yes, H is coming, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to import our config file here. What I'm going to do, import config from React Native config. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to print the config file here, config.env, what the value which we have stored, right? So we can just refresh. This will not be here because we didn't rebuild the production build, right? We have only built the staging one. We can just take the staging one, go to, so we can just build the application once more. Here you can, this one I am going to build. So what we can do, select the schema, shopping, and run the application. So most probably all our secured values will be storing our env values. So our base URL, token, everything we will be storing on env files, right? So this env file we need to select on different schema, right? So what that we are going to do, we are just running our application. So here you can see dev, right? Because this is selecting dev env file. Now the next thing is we are going to create staging build. So we can just create staging build. Right here I'm just clicking staging build, or we can just select stage. So staging build is creating. Here you can see staging build is created, but still the value is dev because it is taking by default value from .env file, right? So it is not selecting according to our schema, right? For that one, so we have added different env file, right? .env, .production, .staging. Still there is a problem, right? Even if you look into the dev, it is showing dev. On the production as well, this is the production build, right? Still it's showing dev env. Now if I just go here to this one, also staging, also it is showing dev. Development one also it is showing dev, right? Means that it only picking this env file whatever we have added. It is not picking according to our schema. For that one, what we can do, whenever we are creating a production build, it should pick from production env. If you are creating a staging build, it should pick from staging env. Then if you are building a dev build, it should pick from dev build, right? For that one, what I'm going to do, go to the schema. Here you can see schema. Just click on the schema edit, right? Here you can see different section, right? So expand the build section and click on the pre-action and just type plus. So here it will two pop-up will come, new run script action and new send email action. Just what I'm going to do, I'm just select new run script action. Now inside this we are going to type the script for selecting different env file according to our schema. Now here what I'm going to do, echo .env.prod. Just verify that it should match with our code. Here is .env.prod, right? Now what we can do, we can just copy into this into temp.env file. So if you have any query, just check out the documentation. Here you can see temp env file, right? Just check out the documentation. Here you can see temp here. What this actually doing, it will copy our production file into current running env file, right? We can just close this one and try to build the production build again. So it building our production. Now it should show production, right? So we can just wait. If I just refresh, now the env file is replaced, right? This is a production build. We are picking production env, right? Now same thing we can do for staging, right? So what do we have to do? Just select the schema, go to the schema edit, right? We can just go to the edit schema. Here it is pre-action. Click on the plus button. Now what I'm going to do, echo copy the dot env dot stage into temporary variable whenever the build is creating, right? So you can just add env file. Clear? Now just run the stage name build again, or so this is dev schema, right? So we can just product edit schema. For dev build, it should select dev's env file, right? Not stage name one. We can just change into dev. Fine. Now we can just build the dev build once more. So it should select the env from dev, right? So it should here be the value should be dev. Now you can just wait build to be completed. Yes, build is completed. Now you can see after reloading, the value is printing as dev. So it's selecting is taking the value from .env file, right? Now the same thing we need for staging, right? Go to here, select the schema, product, schema, edit schema. Now go to the pre-action and plus run button. Here you can see echo dollar env dot stage to the temp env file, right? So you can just go close this one and create the dev build. Sorry, create the stage name build. We can just wait stage name build to be completed. We can just close the dev build for now. Yes, so it is selecting the env value according to the schema. So we have completed env configuration for different schema file. Clear? Completed different env configuration, right? Now what we need different name for different build, right? So we can easily understand which flavor or which schema is this one. For that one, what I am going to do, shopping, we don't want to change the name. For shopping dev, what we can do, we can just go to the target shopping dev. Here you can see info info plist, right? So inside info plist, what you have to do, just change the name into shopping dev, right? So we can just make add shopping dev. Also in the build settings, just verify that one. Just search product name. Here you can see it's already by default shopping dev itself. Now what we can do, inside info we can just make this as shopping dev, right? So we can have a hyphen, same thing we can do. And for staging as well, what we can do, go to the bundle name. Here we can do, we can just name shopping stage, right? Also cross verify, product name is same, right? And you can just go to here product name. So it's already product name, or you can do just copy this one here into the info.plist. Here bundle displays, we can just have this product name here. Now the next thing is we can just build the dev build first. We can just dev build first, replace it. So dev build is building, we have changed our name, so it should show shopping dev, right? So you can just wait for a moment. Now you can see it has an extension shopping dev, right? So same thing we can do for staging as well. We can just have build. So change your schema, staging, right? Just replace. Yes. Now here you can see this is staging build, right? Staging env is fetching. Here you can see our prod build, it does not have an extension. Here you can see dev build and staging build. So we have created three build with three name. is we need different images for different build, right? For that one, what I am going to do, I am going to place a build for base a image for production one, dev one, and staging one, right? So I have downloaded 3 images. On my download section you can see 3 images: production, dev, staging. So I am going to configure different images for different build. For that one, what I am going to do, I am going to create different image icons for different build. Here I am going to use one of the website appicon.co. Now what I am going to do here, just select production one first, click, then just select iPhone and iPod. If you are selecting for Android also, you can just click this one, generate. So it will generate app icon for production one. So we have the production app icon. Now the next thing is I am going to select for dev. So we can just refresh this one. Dev one I am going to select. Now generate for dev one. So we have generated for dev one. The next thing is staging one. So just select the staging one. Yes. So we have created 3 files. Now what we can do, we can just unzip this one, unzip one, unzip two. Now what we need to place this icon in our Xcode, right? So if you look into the image set of the project, you can just go here, images. Here you can see app icon is added, but this does not have an image, right? So what we can do, we can just go into the show in folder. So we have a content.json and a folder, right? So what we can do, we can just click on this one and just delete whatever is existing. Now we can just open our downloaded into another finder. We can just open this one, go to the download section, app icon. Here you can see assets already, right? So what we can do, we can just copy this one with the content.json file. We can just copy this one, paste into our folder, right? So you can just paste into our folder. Now if I refresh, you can see all the app icon is placed correctly. If you try to drag one by one, we cannot understand which size is each one. So better to replace with it content.json, right? Now what I am going to do, I am going to create another app icon set. Here app icon for dev. Now what I have to do, just click show in finder, go to the show in finder. So this will create an icon. So what we have to do, delete this content.json. Now what I have to do, download, this is our second one, right? So dev one. So we can just copy all this into here. So we can just copy, yes, all this placed with the content.json. Now if I just refresh, something is gone wrong. We can just show in finder. So we have the icons, we can just clean up. Yes, or the icons are placed. Now the last thing is what we need, we can just create another app icons, iOS app icon. We can just create app icon stage. So we can just what have, create a stage. Now the next thing is what you have to do, just show in finder, go to the show in finder, open this one, remove this content.json. What I have to do, now the last one, final one, which we have downloaded, right? Go to the download section. So we have the app icon, last set, go to the set, open this one, copy all this one and just drag into our folder, right? Now what you have to do, just clean up this one. Now if I just wait for a moment, let's wait for a moment, you can see. And if I just go here, yes, we have already added all the icon. Just clean up. Yes, it's wait for a moment because it's taking time to fetch the icons. We can just have show in finder, go to the icon, app icon storage. No, we didn't copy it into app icon, right? So you can just make this copy into we have copied into wrong folder. What we can do, go to this one, app icon. Oh yes, we have copied into app icon itself. What we can do, we can just go here, just unzip this one and copy all our app icon. We can just remove this one here, app icon stage. What we can do, copy this again into stage. Now what we can do, we can just clean up. Now if I refresh, oh, something is going wrong. Yes, it's added. All the image is added. It's taking some time to reload. So we have app icon. Now app icon stage we have, app icon dev we have, right? Now we need to set this in our info.plist. What do you have to do? Go to the image or info.plist. So we can just have our build settings. Go to the build state settings of here. Here you can see by default app icon will select. We can just have product image or app icon. We can just search icon. Here you can see primary app icon set name. So for the production we have already app icon. Now go for the shopping dev. Go to the build setting. Here we can just change into app icon dev. Clear? So it will be set for debug and release. For the staging as well, we can just change the name into stage. So the name should match whatever the image set we have already added. Here you can see the image name is app icon dev and app icon stage. Now if I just try to build each dev, so shopping, we can just, here you can see also image set is added, right? For the schema also image is added. Now we can build the application one by one. So we can just build the production one first. Meanwhile, before building the application, remove everything. Remove this build. Otherwise, icon will blink. Okay, so if you just changing the app icon, just delete all this build which is created before. Now what I am going to do, I am going to build the production one first. So we can just build the production. Yes, the production bundle is building. Here you can see the image is added. See, shopping. Now what the next thing is, we are going to build the dev one. So we can just have a dev one. Here you can see the image icon is set for dev one. Now what we can do for staging, we can build the staging one as well, right? So yes, perfect. So we have created 3 build with the 3 name and 3 icons. So shopping have production build, shopping dev has dev configuration. Here you can see dev configuration, dev env files. Now here if you just check, here you can see staging env file. Clear? Have completed different flavor setup, right? We have different name, different icon. Now sometimes there will be a dependency of Firebase, right? Each Firebase account will be dependent on our bundle identifier. So we need different Google service file also. For demonstrating what I am going to do, I am going to create one project, shopping. So here what I am going to do, I am going to create different Google service file for different flavors. So what I am going to do, create the project. Here we can just set the default account for Firebase, then create the project. So this will create a Firebase account in our console. Now what we need our package name, our Google service file dependent on package name or bundle identifier. So we have to create 3 Google service file, right? So what we can do, we can just wait the project to be completed. Yes, so the project is completing. Click on the continue. Now I am going to create 3 applications, right? So what I am going to do here, project overview, click iOS application. Now what I'm going to, I need a bundle identifier, right? So firstly I'm going to create it for the production. Click on the shopping. Here you can see the bundle identifier, right? Just click on this one, or just go to the info, general. You can just copy this one, right? So we can just copy all this code and it will be shopping. Just verify from the general section. Okay, you can just click on the general section again. So shopping is the end name, right? So we have copied our bundle identifier. Now what we need to create the project. You can just go to the continue button, or we can have a name production if you need. So I'm not adding any name. Just click on the next, next. Continue to Google console. So we have created our project. Go to the settings, and here you can see the info Google service file, right? Just download that one. Yes. Now what I have to do, go to the project. On the root, here I am going to create a new folder. So we can just create a new folder, a new group or new folder, whatever. So you can just create we can just go delete this group. Inside this one I am going to create the folder. So here I am just adding Google service. So in this folder only we are going to keep different Google service file. Here what I am going to do, I am going to add the file, right? So add file shopping 2, click on the add file. Now go to the download section, paste this one. So here you can see, you can select the target, right? So we can just select the target, copy if item needed also need to be checked, and just add. So it will add the Google service for the production. Now the next thing is we need to create the for the development one, right? So we can just go here and create another application. So it's also iOS one. So we can just go here. So just paste the shopping, and here we have to add the extension, right? So for the extension, what you can do, go to here, shopping dev. Now here in the general section you can see there is an extension. We can add that extension dev, and we can just have dev here, register, go here, next, continue to console. Yes, so we have created the dev project, right? So go to the dev project, just click here, download the Google service file. So it downloaded the another Google file, right? So if you just go here you can see Google service file is created. For now what we can do, we can just add one more thing here, one more layer. We can just add new group, production, right? So I am going to place this into production 1. Yes. Now what I am going to do, I am going to create dev file. So here you can keep dev, right? Now inside dev I am going to add the file. So if you keep in the same folder, you should have different name, right? So we can avoid different name, creating different folders. So we can just add the secondary file. Before that one, we can just rename that one into dev, right? We can just go delete this, or we can just move into desktop, the older one. So we can just rename into info.plist itself. We can just go here. Fine. Now we need to add this into our project. We can just add the dev one, add file. So this should be targeted to dev one, right? We can just select the dev, shopping dev. We don't want to target shop dev, so you can just add. So it's added the dev one as well. Now we need staging one, right? So you can just have the stage name one as well. So just creating a new group. Here I am going to rename into stage. Now what I need to create new info.plist, right? So this is a new project. We can go to the project overview. Here I am going to create new app. It's also iOS one. The package name is same thing. We can just paste it, shopping, and the extension will be stage. So if you have any clarification, go to here, select the shopping one, click on the shopping now. Here you can see here you will get the correct bundle identifier, right? So we can just add this bundle identifier. We can just give a name stage so we can easily identify this one. So register. Now next, click on the next one, click on the next, continue to console. So we have a dev one, stage one. We can also change this into name. Yes, so I think it can rename from anywhere. Yes, project facing name, we can just prod save. Now if I just go to the project, there should be a way to change this name. Yes, app nickname, sorry, it should be app nickname. So you can just change into production one. So we can just reset into the previous one. We can just go here. Yes, it's created the production one, dev one, and staging one. Now we need to download the staging in info.plist, right? We can just go here, go to the service file. Here is the staging one. We can just download this one. So we have to remove the older one, right? So we can just remove the older one into our desktop. Replace, we don't want it because already we have pasted. Just rename into the info.plist itself. Now what we can just add this into our project. Here, go into the stage, add file into the shopping. Now what I need to select the file, right? Go to the download section, here info.plist, and this will be targeting to staging one, right? Just add, right? So we have added. Now we can just verify which one is targeting. Just click on this one. Here is the target membership. Here you can see the target. For the dev one, it should target the dev one, and the production one, it should target the production one. So we have added different info.plist. Now if we build the application once more, there should be no changes as we have not integrated Firebase, right? So you can just try with integrating Firebase as well. There will be no issues. You have added different info.plist for different build schema. Yes, build is getting successfully. So we have built the staging one. Inside the staging, we are fetching the staging env file. So we have completed all the setup for different flavors or different schema build for React Native iOS.